Alright, so let's combine some of the patterns we've seen to simplify this beast. We'll focus on just the left-hand fraction first, and let's start by pulling apart the brackets. There's a square there, so what we need to do with the bracket is to square everything inside the bracket. So 5 square gives us 25. For the x, the power of 3 raised to the power of 2 means we multiply. So we get a power of 3 times 2, which is 6. Likewise for the y, we multiply the negative 4 by the 2, so we get a power of negative 8. And we'll just bring the xy7 down and deal with that later. Now, after doing the brackets, I like to sort out the negative powers so that everything sort of goes where it belongs, and there's a negative power attached to the y8, which should flip it to the bottom. And two things to pay attention to here. Only the y to the power of 8 gets to flip, because a negative power was only attached to that guy. So nobody else gets to flip. All right. Once it's flipped to the other side, though, the negative has done its job, so the negative has now disappeared, but we keep the y to the power of positive 8 down the bottom. Okay, so down the bottom now, it's y to the positive 8 joining with y to the positive 7, giving a total of 15 copies of y down the bottom. Now while we're here, we can also simplify the x's. The 1 copy of x downstairs will cancel 1 copy of x upstairs, leaving only 5 up the top. Okay, and let's look now at the fraction on the right from the beginning. Okay, again, I like to sort out what the negative does first, what the negative power does. Alright, so since the negative power is hitting the whole fraction, the effect of that is to flip the entire thing. And once again, the moment we've flipped stuff, the negative has done its job, so it can go away. So now we have to hit everything inside the bracket with a power of 2. The power of x we get must again be 5 times 2, which is 10. The number 3 by itself gets hit by the square as well, and that gives us 9. Then finally, y by itself gets hit by the square, giving us y squared. So for our final answer, the 25 and 9 as just numbers can't simplify, so they'll just stay where they belong. So 25 upstairs, 9 downstairs. The x to the power of 5 and x to the power of 10 up the top need to multiply, and when we multiply them, we add the powers to 15. Likewise, y to the 15 and y squared down the bottom will multiply, and so we add those powers to y17. And that's how you simplify a whole heap of stuff. Now, like I mentioned before, maybe there's probably other angles you want to approach this with. I just showed you my preferred way: deal with the brackets, deal with the negatives, then tidy up. But of course, if you don't like that, you can do it any order you like. It shouldn't matter, so long as it all works out for you. Okay, that's all. Thanks for watching. See you later.